Cover with Siyat D'Shma. I hope everyone's doing well. The Kavod Shabbos was fired up, continuing Sichot Sichot Haran, Baruch Hashem. So the Rabbi said that all scientific discoveries and inventions, such as the powerful weapons, machines, and tools of various kinds, come from on high. By the way, the learning is b'schut kol achaylim chaylot, all the formal, informal soldiers, all the sick people, physically, emotionally, spiritually, for all of Am Yisrael, and for the chatufim, for everyone, mamash. Without such inspiration, they could never have been discovered. The car. Who invented the car? How did they invent the car? They got the idea from above. And without that idea, there wouldn't be a car. When the time comes for an idea or invention to be revealed to the world, who invented the car? The necessary inspiration is granted to a researcher from on high. A thought enters his mind and is thus revealed. Okay? Earlier scholars may have sought this idea previously, but it eluded them. So even before the car was created, right, that's someone who had the idea granted from heaven, sent down from heaven, and acted upon it, and actually brought into action by creating the car, going ahead and creating Ford. But beforehand, people may have had the discovery or the thought of actually making a car, but didn't act upon it. So only when the time comes for a discovery or invention to be revealed is the inspiration granted to the scholar seeking it. We have to seek it. However, inspiration comes from the place associated with the seeker. If he seeks secular wisdom, which we said may have limits, which Rabbi Nachman said may have limits, has limits actually, because we're trying to get to a conclusion, then his inspiration does not come from the realm of holiness, but from the other side. This is a troubling thought / clear thought, meaning it's troubling because how many of us have made decisions associated with the other side with limitation. But again, this is the most encouraging thing, because when we're seeking something good, like we'll see in a moment, then it's a holy type of seeking. It's a holy yearning. To beg the comparison, a similar thing occurs when an individual discovers new meanings and ideas in the secret studies. When we're learning the Torah, especially Sichot, Haran, hey, Ribbona Shoyla, we want to know more. Please open up our minds, our hearts, and everything. All the ideas allow us to be a keli for all the beautiful wisdom to flow down in the right way, and for us to reveal it. Were the ideas not sent from on high, it would never have been occurred to him, right? If we didn't have Chidushi Torah, we didn't have Chidushi Torah, as simple as that. But if we have Chidushi Torah, it's coming from above, and we have to reveal it. Every insight comes from on high, each thing emanating from a specific place. Each idea has its own place, and there are thousands and thousands of different levels. All discoveries, sacred or profane, are sent to people from above, to each as it is fitting. It's a beautiful thing. It's coming, Rabbi Nachman says that it's coming from thousands of different levels, coming from different places. So we have to know that even like the most little, thought of Torah that we have, Chiddush that we have to know that is the biggest, right? The little crumb that we have when reading and learning Sichot Haran, hey, it's a chiddush, and therefore it has to be revealed, and it's important, and it's very important, very significant, because it was sent down to us. It doesn't have to be the most life-changing idea where we have to go to the mosaic press and start writing books, but mamash, just even between ourselves and between us and the Kadosh Baruch Hu, between our friends, just chidushi Torah, talking about Torah, having ideas and wisdom flowing from heaven is a ginormous deal. The Baal Shem Tov says, our sages taught, know what is above you. A seeing eye, a hearing ear, in a book in which all the deeds are written. This is in Pirkei Avot, in chapter 2, Mishnah 1. Know what is above you. If a Jew wants to know what is above his intelligence and comprehension, if questions and doubts bother him, he cannot find solutions for them. There are 3 paths before him. What happens when we come to the crossroads, when we come to the conclusion, when we come to limitation, when we come to doubts? Where do we go from there? So in ancient times, when prophecy existed in Israel, he could ask the Urim V'Tumim, where we just went through these parsha. The eye would see the letters protruding, which would light up the Choshen HaMishpat, and he would find there sufficient answers to his questions and doubts. Right, the Choshen Mishpat says in the footnote, the breastplate worn by the high priest. Right, so he would have sufficient answers to allow him to free him from the doubts and questions. In post-biblical times, when the latter prophets had passed on the Urim for Tumim, were no more, they began to listen to a heavenly voice. The ear would hear the voice coming from above, and the doubts were clarified and the questions elucidated. But what do we do now, Chavar? What do we do nowadays in this day and age? And this is the stress that Rabbi Nachman's making when it comes to philosophy versus Torah. Torah is beyond; it's never ending. It's constantly renewing itself. We love this Torah from Rav Nassan. When we say Birkat Torah in the morning, and we say Notein Torah in the third bracha, right? The Notein is present tense. It's mamash like we're receiving the Torah new from Har Sinai on Shavuot at every single moment that we choose to let that Torah actually sit in our hearts. Or our minds anywhere. The moment that we believe in it, the moment we're receiving it. Now we are bereft from all these ideas from the past, from the ancient times, from the post-biblical times of going to the Ur V'Tumim or having the prophetic visions and messages sent to us. The Holy Spirit is gone and prophecy is departed from Israel. Baal Shem Tov says the eyes are blinded and the ears are deafened, and all that remains for us is what? The Torah Kedosha. The Torah Kedosha. Now, all your deeds are written in a book. This is going back to what we said at the beginning in Pirkei Avot. Right, I'll just read it again. Our sages taught in Pirkei Avot. This is chapter 2, Mishnah 1. Know what is above you: a seeing eye, a hearing ear. Right. So the seeing eye was the Urim V'Tumim. The knowing what is above you is understanding when we come into doubt, when we come into conclusions, know that there's something beyond that. Then the seeing eye is the Urim V'Tumim. We go to the Kohen, see the breastplate, and boom, those are the answers. The holy letters will light up, and it'll clear us from those doubts. And the hearing ear is the prophetic messages that we hear. But the book in which all your deeds are written, that is the Torah Kedosha. That is referring to the Torah Kedosha. And when questions and doubts penetrate the mind and the heart, there is no other path, only go to the book and find. When a Jew looks into the Torah Kedosha, when he looks into this holy book, Mamish, and we see here in the back, there's a ladder connecting heaven and earth. It's unbelievable. When we look into the Torah, when we're connecting heaven and earth and the hidden light in it, he finds its solutions to all of his queries and doubts, to all the questions of life, for both individuals and for the community, for everything related to the personal in general. We should have the belief in the Torah Kedosha. We should have the belief in the Tzaddikim Amitim. We should have the belief in our friends who hold a lot of secrets, a lot of information that we could gather and implement in our lives. And B'siyata Shmaya, come together as one and l'kavod Purim.